Hey, look, there's a student out there, and you're really, really impressing me. Cause like you're going through some tough times, but you're also really putting in a ton of effort. And like I really love it. I can't tell you how proud I am of you. And look, I really want to help you out. I guess that goes for anybody probably watching this, because this video will not help you if you're not going to put in the effort. But if you are willing to put in the effort, this could be a big help. So, just going through these slides right here. All right, so this is slide 2. If my fat finger will touch it. Hold on 1 second. Right there. All right, so description. What this is an oil refinery right here. They're breaking rock down here, which is going. It was shale rock, which is going to drip oil down, and then they're going to suck it on up. Right over here is the water level, though. If you can focus on it right there, and that doesn't matter if it's a house or a water bottle plant. They're going to get their water from right there. So the question is, do you really want oil breaking up where they're drilling into the ground for water? You know, you can come up with a lot of questions off that, like, hey, what do they do to purify the water? All this stuff. But that's for that one. Then the next one, right here. This is a river, probably in Africa. One of the things about it is if I'm looking at a description, you got a lot of people lining up water bottles trying to desperately dig for water to get that last bit of like really dirty water. Connections to water bottles. These people right here rely probably heavily on plastic water bottles. If you gave them a plastic water bottle right now, I think they'd be pretty thankful for it. And questions you could have off this is like, look, you need to get these people some water, because like it rains there probably every, you know, like for 3 months it rains hard, and the other 9 months it does not. Look how dusty it is up in this area. So questions would be, how would you get these people some water in an affordable, sustainable way? Next one right here is a plastic graph. So when I look at it right here, this was the plastic we used like in your grandparents' generation. This is the plastic we used in like your parents' generation. And then this is the plastic we use nowadays. So look, we use a ton more plastic. That's what I'm getting out of that one. Down here, what you got is rate of plastics to fish. Let's go up here actually. There's 311 million tons of plastic, you know, that we use in 2014. By 2050, we'll use 1,124 million tons of plastic. Right now, there's one, you know, piece of plastic in the ocean for every 5 fish. By, you know, 2050, there's going to be more than one piece of plastic in the ocean for every fish. So the odds are not looking good down there. Also down here, this is the plastic share of global oil consumption. Oil goes into making plastic. So right now we're taking up 6% of our oil supply. By 2050, that's going to be more like 20%. And you know, you could probably guess at what the price is going to be for the oil in the future. Next one down here. That's a boy right there on a raft. That is a river, just loaded with trash. What he's doing is he's picking cans out, because cans he can turn in for recycling for money. Right up here, that's a beach, not a beach I'd want to really go swimming on. Over here, this is a bird that obviously has come down with a bad case of dead because it ingested plastic bottle caps and other things, and then just couldn't get the sustenance that it needs. So connections to water bottles for this right now, like how does plastic, you know, you drink your water and then like what happens to the plastic bottle? Where does it end up? So that's where I would be going with that one. Next one is rather tough. So this is an oil rig right here. Now it's in the ocean because what it does, it drills down to the bottom of the ocean, sucks out the oil, puts it on a boat, sends it off, and we use that to make plastic. Right now, if you drink water bottle, you drink it down, right? Because we're going through more plastic water bottles, we need more oil. Because we need more oil, we need more oil rigs. Because we have more oil rigs, there's more of a threat of this happening. And So that's your connection to the water bottle with this. Um, Question: you might come up with like something that's like is there an alternative to plastic to be used for water bottles? Next one right here. Let's go one down. This one I used an example. There's obviously this is a hurricane that came through, dumped all this water and around and flooded the area. Connections to water bottles. One of the first things they move into an area when a hurricane happens is water bottles. They are a godsend. So question would be, is there another way we can get around that? You know, this one makes utterly no sense to most people. When they built this roller coaster, it was on the ocean. All right. I mean, it was on the beach. But obviously, it's either the beach sunk or the ocean level rose. Now, ocean level has risen, and now it's to the point where like it's covering up a lot of the roller coaster and they can't use it. Way this happens is plastic pollution goes into the ocean, heats up the ocean, contributes to global warming. Glaciers melt. Because the glaciers melt, it remains the water level comes up, rises up. So objects that were one time on land are no longer on land. In Flint, Michigan, Flint had a problem with lead in the water because they did something that was very cheap. How this relates to, well, when you're describing the scene that you're seeing people protest against the treatment the government is kind of giving them with the water levels and about how it's just not right and they're not going to accept it. How this connects to water bottles is Flint, Michigan was distributing water bottles out to its public because the drinking water wasn't safe for them. Drinking water could lead to a lot of mental problems and some other stuff. So questions could be, how do you fix it? You know? This one right here, this is corn, which is obviously dry and dusty. How this relates to the water bottle is this. Farmers usually tap down like a well to get the water that's underground, and then they bring it up and they use a sprinkler to go, and they just sprinkle all that free water all around their crops. These people either overused the water or it ran out. If there's a water bottle plant right next door and it sucked up all the water from the ground, there's no water left for the farmer and his crops are going to dry and be dead. Or the farmer was using too much water and now he ran out. So how can you get water from underground and use it more economically as a plant for the plants? So how can you distribute water better to the plants without having it evaporate like it does in a sprinkler? Right down here, you have a dead fish. All right. Description. You can pretty much say dead fish, green water, sticks around. Connections to water bottle. Different things like did the water bottle? This comes into the questions too. Did the water bottle increase the acidity of the water? Did the water bottle decrease the oxygen level of the water? Did the water bottle contribute to the water level temperature rising? All these can kill the fish. So, but obviously the water bottle kind of had an effect here on the lake. Well, groundwater withdrawals for irrigation. I'm going to break these words down. Groundwater, water that is underground. Withdrawals is where you take out, like when your parents go to the bank and they take money out, they're making a withdrawal. Irrigation is where you are spraying again, water over plants. So on the left, it's 1950 to 2005. And then to the right is left is 1950, to the right is 2005. Water level changes in the High Plains Aquifer. So if you look at some of the state names around here, Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Nebraska, South Dakota, these are states in the middle of the United States. Back in the day, 1950, underground, these guys were water rich. They got water for days. Now over here, not so much. Okay, they're kind of water poor. So connections to water bottles. This area mismanaged their water, and so they don't have as much water now. And they don't have as much water for drinking. Questions would be, once again, can you get a better way to irrigate your crops and utilize your water so you're not wasting as much of it? And yeah, that's what we got for going through with this right now, everybody. If you're watching this, go through with what I just said. You'll probably have to watch this video a couple of times, but if it helps you, I'm really hoping it does, and I love the effort you're putting in. Yep, submit it to me when you're done. My best. If you need anything, hit me up on the email.